Welcome, everybody. Thanks for joining today's webinar. I am James I'm the founder of eDirectory, and we have a great webinar today. We're going to talk about user experience. So I'm really excited about this. Thanks for joining us. First up, before we get started, just some logistics. We will be recording the webinar and posting it to the blog on eDirectory.com, usually within 24 hours. Are you able to hear me? I just saw a comment come up that my audio may not be working.
Yes, I can hear you.
I can hear you just fine as well.
Okay, great. I hope the audio is okay then. Okay, well, fantastic. So yeah, we will have a recording of the webinar posted to the blog. Also, if anybody has any questions or comments during the webinar, you can just post them into the chat and we will stop periodically, as well as at the end of the webinar. We'll have more time to answer questions on this topic or anything else, actually. So. Great, and some introductions. So I'm James, I'm the founder of the company, and with us today we have Emerson and Gabriel from our marketing team. Hi guys, how are you?
Hello, doing fine.
Hello, everybody.
And we have some next events coming up that you can sign up for on eDirectory.com webinars. The next one on October 9th, we're going to be talking about keyword research for online directories. That's an SEO topic. That's a good one. And October 23rd, we're going to talk about artificial intelligence and content marketing. And then we have a slew of other ones lined up for the coming weeks as well. So please come back and join us for those. And for anybody new here, just some background on the eDirectory system. This is the platform that we sell. It is a platform to build listing style websites or guide style websites, directories for any type of industry or purpose. People use it for local guides, online, any type of online directory that does lead generation, vendor directories. We have some great membership features as well these days. So lots of different things you can do with this system. It is easily customizable without any coding. There's an admin section, a widget-based layout. You can change all the colors and fonts and branding. Also, we have integrated native mobile apps that you can install to the Apple Store and the Android store that under your own account that people can download on their phones to have a native mobile app. Source code is available for the web version, and also that you can customize yourself if you want. And we have an in-house customization team if you want us to make any modifications, integrate with legacy systems, etc. To request a live demo, learn more, go to eDirectory.com. And so today we're going to talk about enhancing user experience for online directories. And this is primarily our marketing guys are primarily going to run this today. So I'll turn it over to you, Gabriel. Thanks.
Okay, so let me just share my screen real quickly here. So yes, I guess you can see the presentation. And okay, so again, hello everybody. I'm Gabriel from the marketing team here at eDirectory, and I'm excited to dive into how you can create engaging and user-friendly experiences that will captivate your audience and hopefully drive some results with your online directory website. So whether you are just starting out or looking to improve your online directory, the topic of today, UX or user experience, plays a critical role in the success of a project. So here are some topics we're going to discuss. So introduction to user experience, understanding your audience or the users of your website, using data to improve your user experience, and then how to update pages and change pages, and some content curation. And at the end of the webinar, we will have a hands-on part with Emerson. So stay tuned for that. So to start, let's begin by defining user experience or just UX. It is not just a trendy term that some of us working in marketing like buzzwords. It's not like that. It's a comprehensive approach that focuses on creating products, digital products per se, that are not only functional but also enjoyable to use. So UX design has been around for many years now. So it's the process of uncovering what are the users' needs and designing the solutions to meet those needs from the users. So in a nutshell, user experience refers to the series of events that occur when a person actually uses a product, a digital interface, or a service, and how good it is that experience for the user. UX design, as this is also called, we have the 5 principles of UX. Let's take a look at the 5 main principles on UX design that will guide successful projects. These principles are essential when creating and optimizing your online directory, your membership website, and to ensure seamless user experience. The first one, and I believe the most important one, is empathy. So you have to understand your users. So that is key. You understand the user's needs, what are their pains, really put yourself in the shoes of your users, and what are their goals and frustrations with your tool, your platform. And when you empathize with users, you can create solutions that are truly going to solve their problems. So that's the whole idea of a design process, is for you not create a solution based on what you think is the problem, but actually studying the user's problems and then creating a solution for that question. The next one would be strategy. So a clear UX strategy ensures that every design decision aligns with both users' needs and your business goals. So by having a strategic approach, you can create a roadmap that guides users through the platform while achieving the desired outcome, like conversions or signups. So combining the problem solution with the strategy of your business, that ultimately will lead you to achieving success with your online directory or any other digital product or project that you are working on. The next one would be usability. So a user-friendly design is non-negotiable. It has to be there. Luckily, Directory is a platform that offers extremely good user-friendly design that is not only works well in computers, but also on smartphones and tablets and any kind of mobile device. We have a native mobile app as well. So that is something that is very easy to navigate, is intuitive and efficient. So that part of the strategy is kind of covered by eDirectory. The next one would be inclusivity. So make sure your design is inclusive and accessible to everyone, regardless of ability, background, or context. This includes considering users with disabilities and ensuring your platforms is adaptable across various devices and environments. The last one is validation. So continuously validate your design choices through user feedback and testing. So the user feedback ensures you are on the right path, and allows you to make improvements that enhance the user experience over time. So here's a small diagram of some steps that would be the design thinking process. So you can apply this to any single project that you have, whether it's your website or if you're creating an app. So first of all, empathize with the user, understand their pain, define the strategy, ideate and then prototype, which would be the hands-on part of creating your page, your website, and then put it to test, go back to the strategy and do it all over again. And then it's the most guaranteed path for you to have success in your project. So that would be the theory behind user experience. And now talking about another fundamental part of it would be to understand your users. So when we talk about online directories and you as the directory owners, of course, we have to understand that we have 2 key audiences to target, which would be the site visitors and the users looking for listings, classifieds, videos, events on your website, and the other one would be the sponsors. There are people or business owners or service providers that actually pay for to be listed on your online directory. So these are the two primary user target audiences that you have to think about when designing your project. And how do you get to know these two audiences? Well, one way to understand your users better is by using tools like the Google Search Console and the Google Analytics. The Google Search Console helps you analyze like search terms and queries that users are using on Google to find you. So using this tool, it shows you what visitors are typing into search engines like Google before landing on your website. So that's a pretty powerful source of information for you, because once you know what people are looking for, then you can design your pages or your website towards what people are really searching on Google, Bing, or whatever. And the other tool that works together with Search Console would be the Google Analytics. So the tool tells you how users are interacting with your website, what pages they visit, how long they stay, and crucially, the bounce rate, which translates as if someone lands on some pages of your website, how much time they spend there before they leave. That also gives you a bunch of insights, a bunch of information that you can take and then apply on your project as well. You can optimize your directory to match their needs, the user needs, and by understanding these patterns. And these tools are a must to have. Luckily, a directory is already built in, easy to plug and play with your Google accounts. So you're going to have access to all the data that users are and what are they doing on your website. Another one, which is a special tool, is something called heat maps. So heat maps, as the name says, implies it shows you exactly how users are interacting with your web pages. So these tools visualize where users are clicking, scrolling, or where are they spending their time. And by analyzing heat maps, you can see if your design elements are working as intended. Are people clicking where you want them to click? Are important areas getting attention of your website? This data can guide you in making adjustments and improve the user journey. We will come back to this topic in a future webinar on how to create a good homepage for your website. But we will just pass by here in the hands-on demonstration so you can take a look on what we are talking about when we are referring to the heat map tools. Another one is inside the directory itself. So inside the directory dashboard, you can find internal search reports. So they are simple to use. They can provide some relevant information on what users are looking for, or both in general searches or in modules. You can check by period of time, what are the keywords or what are the queries that users are looking for inside your website, and you can use that to improve your pages as well. And lastly, using data to improve UX. So with all of this data available, the next step is to use it to enhance the user experience of your website. You want to identify key areas where users spend the most time or where they tend to drop off and focus on improving those areas first. So let's say you want to attract more sponsors, but they are not clicking your, let's say, advertise with this button or link. They're not going to the conversion page. Then, well, that's a good point to start for you to try to drive more people to click on such link, or you can use the widgets that a directory has built in to drive people to click certain areas of your website that you want to. Offer content and design elements that cater to their interests. For example, if a large portion of your audience is searching for a specific type of service, you can feature it prominently on your homepage, or in search filters, you can use the widgets for that as well. So the goal is to present relevant information that meets their needs, making their experience seamless. So that meaning that they can easily find what they're looking for inside your website. And also take advantage of the design elements inside the directory. So this will help to create a visual hierarchy and order to your directory. For example, you can use colors, use contrasting colors to highlight important buttons, call to actions, and other key elements. You can use the fonts to ensure that your font choices are legible and professional. Larger, bolder fonts should be used for headlines, while smaller, more subdued fonts can be used for body text. So remember to combine these elements to create some sense of order and hierarchy where the user know where to click and know what colors the buttons means what. For example, you don't want to have a confirmation button that is colored red. That would be weird for the user. So try not to go crazy on there. And also, you can use the widgets. eDirectory has a lot of widgets that are ready to use. They look good, so take advantage of that as well. We will show you on the hands-on part of the webinar how you can implement these widgets as well. And talking about widgets, take advantage of the page editor. This is one of the most one of the strongest tools that we have in a directory. So it's a widget-based page editor where you can drag and drop. You can select whatever you want in a page. You can create new pages as well and custom tailor-made to what your users need. So take advantage of that as well. Remember to display your best content first. Use good-looking images, for example, in your listings, in your blog articles, your slider for the search bar. Favor content that has reviews. So reviews are user-generated content that are pretty valuable for Google and for other users to take a step on your website based on previous reviews of other users as well. So take advantage of that. And yeah, lastly, just talking about content curation. James, would you like to talk a little bit about content creation here? Oh,
Yeah,
sorry,
absolutely.
content curation.
So, yeah, absolutely. So when building an online listing directory site, the content curation is actually probably the key element of making sure that, you know, your users have a great experience, find what they're looking for. All of this data is out there somewhere, probably on the internet somewhere. And what your job is to do is pull together the relevant info and only the relevant info that helps people make a purchase decision or whatever decision they're making from the website. So think about the content curation and think about how to organize that content on the pages so that people can go through down into the different categories and really find sort of the, you know, a list of options that they may want to consider in making that decision that they're trying to. So content curation, think about it with everything you're trying to do. It's better to put in less than more often. You know, having a lot of data in the directory is great because it'll get the search traffic to come in. But when people are actually on the sites like human users, what they want to do is see like the list of things that they're interested in only. And so think about that when you're organizing the content. I think with
Yeah,
that, we're going to turn it over to Emerson.
yeah,
And
that's right. I'll just stop sharing here.
Okay, thank you. So after a good part of theory, let's go to some practice. So let me share my screen. Just a second. Okay, I believe you can see my screen now.
Yes.
Okay, so this is our test website for the marketing team. So we have this local search site for Miami, and we have plenty of widgets here, just like the search bar, the categories, some popular articles, etc. Because we built the site to be like a tourist guide for people living or visiting Miami. So that's our goal. So when you talk about user experience, you have to have your website in mind. So the goals will vary depending on the niche you are acting. So to our example here, it's a local search site for Miami. So we have some articles, so we provide some content before featuring some listings or events, etc. So it's up to you to build anything you want. So to build that and to wow your audience, you are going to need data. So how people is looking and using your website, how do they find you, what they are interested in, just like James mentioned. So I'm going to show you a few tips on how to get this information before going into the page editor and doing the tweaks you need to make your site stand out of the crowd. So basically that's it. So inside eDirectory, let me go to my dashboard here as I am already logged in. I'm just going to click there. So we have the main dashboard. I'm going to check here on activity menu. So we're going to have the search report. So that's the internal search report. So eDirectory will store all the information that your visitors are looking in. So I have here September this year. Let's see some results. Okay, so here we can see the results of the search by keywords on general searches. General searches are the ones that are being performed from the home page. So we have, you can have search widgets for listings module, deals, events, etc., and they will store their own search results for different modules. So it helps you to understand to which module is getting more attraction and what is being searched for each type of module, each type of item you offer on your website. You can also get here the information about the locations, because some people build directories for just one city or for the state or for national associations. So it's good to understand where are your users. So you can highlight some categories in a combination of a category in a certain location. So you can do some combinations to present a bit better the content on your pages. And we're not just talking about the home page. We have the categories pages, we have the search results page, several pages that are already built in on a directory that you can modify. So for listings, I don't have enough data available here, but in your website, probably you see the same structure. The top 15 searches by keywords, by addresses, by locations, and by categories. That's a very important information to have in mind. So you can start with a blank spreadsheet and start collecting your data. So you can later organize it to understand what's the scenario. So we have the same for deals, events, etc. So this is the first step, trying to understand what people is looking for, is searching for inside your website. So this will give you a better idea of your context. And as Gabriel mentioned, we have another tools that we must use to certify that we are looking at the right picture. So let me switch here to Google Search Console. If you are new to this one, that's your official connection to Google search engine is. So that's where you're going to upload your sitemap. That's where you're going to monitor the indexing of the pages and another important information. If your website has some issues, etc., you can check from here. But what we are looking for is the performance reports. That's where the gold is. So let me check here on the performance menu. It's going to show you a graphic like this. So let me just get the last 12 months, for example. You can switch the date range and see it better. So the first important thing here is to see the queries. So that's what people are typing in and having your website as a suggestion on the results page. And you can see not just the impressions, but also the clicks. So it gives you an idea of what people are looking for and how Google is suggesting your website. I can expand the results a bit more. And on this example, we can see that they are looking for the companies. So we cannot identify here any specific category. We need to export these and then categorize the names of these companies to identify a certain category, for example. Here I can see, for example, bistro, Chinese restaurants, or bagels, for example. So I know people are looking for restaurants or for beverage industry in Miami. So it gives us an insight about the categories that are important to our current and existing users. The second tab here on this report is the pages that they are visiting, or at least, and also being showed on the results page, where we can see impressions. So it also helps you to understand how people are consuming your website. So we have events, for example, the most accessed pages on these reports after a restaurant is about events. So I have these two main pillars on my directory to understand how they are looking for things inside my website, and we'll come up with a solution on how to present better the content for restaurants and events on my website. The other tabs, countries, devices, search appearances, are just a distraction for this topic, but you can also explore where they're coming from. You can see the countries, and another information. But this granular information about countries and demographics you can see on another tool, which is the Google Analytics. So I'm going to switch now to Google Analytics 2 and see the trends for my website, my test website. So this is the basic screen for the reports on Google Analytics. So we can see the active users and another metrics for your website. And what we are looking for here is the engagement. So that's the most important report to gather information from. So if you go here for engagements, just the overview board, we can see the top pages and streams. So again, you can see if the pages you see on the performance reports on Search Console are similar to what you have on Analytics, and if the categories being accessed are also similar to the movement, to the data you have on your internal search reports as well. When we go here to pages and screens, you can have a more granular information about the pages. So if you look for here, for example, to a page for categories, for example, I have one here, listings and restaurants. You can filter the results by that given category. So you can see this a bit better. Oops. It didn't copy, just give me a second here. Okay, now we go. Okay, so for this specific category, we have a different combination of URLs. So people are looking for not just restaurants, but also for the subcategory American traditional and another combination of searches they can do, combining different categories and modules inside the search results page. But this is a very a bit of an advanced search that you can use to get more details on the information. So depending on the niche you are acting, you can drill down and get any specific information about a category or about a search behavior. So this is one of the most important things you have on Google Analytics. And the second one is about the demographic details. So I'm going to go here, user attributes, and let's go to the overview tab. As my tab, as our test website does not have too much traffic, so we want to have enough data to be displayed, such as the gender and the age of your users, because based on these two information. You can also select which type of information you can display on your website. And also, you can have here the drill down, the more detailed information about city they're coming from, or the neighborhood, or the state, for example, depending on the targets, the geographic targets of your project. So these are the basic reports you should be looking at on Google Analytics to gather data to understand what the user is looking for. And the third and fourth tool I have here is the heat map tool. We use this one called Hotjar. There's a free version, but the paid version is very good as well. So this is a heat map. So if you are new to this, it will show you different colors based on where people is clicking. This report is for clicking. So for my home page here, I can see the activity on my home page. You can scroll down to the entire page, and you can see that as more you scroll down, the less clicks you have on the element. So this gives you an insight to create a shorter home page, for example. Another thing here, we can see that there's a lot of clicks on my widgets that display the categories. So it means that this is not enough. So on my personal opinion, the design of this search widget by category is good, but to my users, I can see that they are clicking here to see more categories. So I can try to expand this using a different widgets that display all the feature categories on the same area of the website. So this would reduce the amount of clicks my users have to do to find what they are looking for. So that's the idea of using heat maps to understand the behavior of the user on your website. And this tool, it also records what users are doing. So you can see how they navigate on your website. I have just one recording here. I believe that if I click play, it's going to open on a new window. I hope you can see it. Let me know if you can see.
Yes, we can see it.
So that, okay, great, thank you. So here we can see how the mouse is moving around the screen, where they are clicking, where they are typing, or the search bar, etc. Here it's a little bit, I'm filtering for just parts where there are movements, that are interactions, but tools like this will show you if the changes you are proposing are working, or you can get this information, at least make an assumption to start updating your pages. Okay, so basically with the results you get from these 4 elements, you can go back to your site manager, go to the page editor, and change the elements as you wish. Keep in mind that important informations overall for most of the directories are the location and the categories. So you need to combine and offer content based mostly on these 2 categories. Our widgets are designed based and following the steps that Gabriel mentioned about the design thinking. So for you, as online directory owners, it can be understood as which widgets you are going to use on your pages and the type of the content displayed. The main widget we have, which is the cards widget, you can configure them in different ways. Oh, this is popular articles, I'm sorry. I have here recommended bars in restaurants. So as I saw on my search on analytics and on Google Search Console, I can see people is looking for restaurants and events. So that's why I have those widgets on my homepage. So based on that, I can create these card widgets, and you can customize it in different ways. You can pick items individually. So if you have some sponsors you want to highlight, you can select individually, or you can customize the rules. Customizing the rules, you can feature listings from a specific level, and also for a specific category, and of course by a specific location. So with this combination, you can meet the needs of your visitors. So they're looking for restaurants in Miami or in a certain area of Miami. So you can use this information to highlight the content on your homepage. It's a matter of knowing the widgets, how they work, and do the settings. It's very simple, but again, it varies from a project to another. And the another important thing that we always mention is about the navigation. By default, with Directories installations comes with the regular navigation that shows listings, events, classifieds, etc. And you can modify that to meet the needs of your users. And you can also take advantage of the footer to display all the links that you want to display. You can create custom links to specific categories pages. You can purchase the drop-down menu and create a different, or even a menu for listings, but highlighting the main categories on the drop-down menu, so it makes easier for your users to find the content. That's the key information we have to take from this webinar. How to present the key information, the best information, based on what the visitors are looking for. And just to finish, I'm going to, still on the design menu, we have the colors and fonts. So as Gabriel mentioned, you can use this page to change the color scheme of your website. We have a link for a support article that helps you understand where these colors are applied and when. The font options and the border options. So you don't want to have very square design. You can just move this bar here and make it more rounded according to your desire.
That's actually
And
a
also we
question
have,
we had, Emerson. That's a question we had
okay.
from Kim. On the Miami demo homepage, some photos have rounded corners, others have square corners. So is that changeable, or was that custom designed? So just to answer that question there.
Okay, these one are the banners. The banners have always square borders. So this is not changeable through the admin dashboard, but the contents, as listings, images, etc., they will all follow the settings on the colors and fonts menu. I hope that answers the question.
Yeah, I think so.
Just the
That
banners.
answers it. Also, the banners, if you wanted to put in rounded corners, you could just upload an image that sort of has rounded, rounded looking corners there.
Yeah.
That's part of that. Okay, great.
Okay, so and just to mention, finishing my part here, is that we have a webinar dedicated to colors and fonts, that we discuss some color palettes, some tools to create great palettes of colors, and also the most used fonts across the internet that you can take advantage and make your site more appealing, visually speaking. That's it from my end today, James.
Okay, great. Let's answer the questions now. So if anybody has any questions, just drop them into the chat and we'll pick them up as they come in here. First question, after the one about the rounded corners, from Johannes. Is there an option to get a reporting on which auto suggester keyword users clicked and which keyword they typed into the search field without clicking on the auto suggestion box? I think he's looking for some more data on what people are putting into that the autocomplete box there. I think we don't have any more reporting there than what they're actually searching for at this point. Just because, as they start typing there, it's potentially a lot of quickly entered data on there. So unfortunately, yeah, that is what it is as far as the reporting there, what Emerson showed you. Next question from Kiona. What would be a good way to get customer feedback? Could we do a custom field or attach a Google form for survey and suggestions. How could I do that? Yeah, I guess I'll just jump in and you guys want to add some comments there. Yeah, you can absolutely put up a survey form, pop a form, do various things like that. I'd actually recommend trying to get to know some users, personally, figuring out who they are, and maybe you reach out to your email sign up list and just doing a personal interview with them, and taking the time to do that because you'll probably learn quite a bit. Do you have any more comments on that survey question? Either of
Yes,
you?
just to add, the heat map, I mean, Hotjar tool, it has a survey option, a survey widget that can be
That's
put on
right.
your website to collect instant feedbacks as well. So you can explore this option. So it's a floating button, does not uh, interfere on the general design of your website. So it's good to have that to collect instant feedback from your users.
It's
Okay,
good to
great.
use that too. I use it before, and it's good to collect, I mean, quick, quick answers, not long text forms, for example. So that one is pretty useful for that.
Okay, great. Next question from Johannes again. As a site manager, how can I use heat maps for the sponsor area, sponsor logins, in order to better understand how they use the back end? Do we have a way to get the Hotjar running in the sponsor in the admin section there? I know it would be easy to do. I think we just need to put in the
I
thing.
can double check here,
Yeah.
and I
We'll reach back out to you to tell you how to get that done. It shouldn't be hard to enable Hotjar if you wanted to in the sponsors area as well, to see what they're doing in there. Um, and then I guess the follow-up question, how can I use the heat maps for the paywall content, or can I use heat maps for contents that are visible to all website users? I think when you enable the Hotjar, it's, there's a little snippet that goes in and you can put that throughout the front of the site without too many problems there, and it'll work everywhere on the front. The question we had was whether you can also put that little snippet that activates the heat map into the sponsors area where they're logged into the sponsors area. That part I'm not sure about because there are sort of different sections of the website, but we'll check on that and get back to you. But yeah, for the front, whether it's behind the paywall or in front, that should be easy to do. Next question from Rhonda. My site was designed by your service, but now my admin cannot change the pictures on the slider. What is the problem? Yeah, that should be easy to change. Why don't we
Yeah.
mark that and we'll get back to Rhonda on changing pictures on the slider. It should just be you log in there and edit the widget and change the photos. So I'm not sure what the issue is there, but we'll put in a ticket for support to reach out to you. Next question from Rhonda as well. Can I highlight the menu on the navigation by changing the color of a particular page, like events, in a bright yellow instead of a white of the others? Basically changing an individual navigation menu item. I'm not sure if that will require a code modification or something she's able to do. I think it may just changing one of
Yeah,
the menu
the
items may
navigation
require
itself, you change one color, it changes all the links. Not sure if you can
all
do
the
that
links. Yeah.
by default.
If you just want to change one of them, reach out to our support. I mean, we may need to bill you a little bit for some custom development, but that sounds like it's something super quick to do. So certainly not something substantial. But just reach out to our team. We'll see what we can do for you there. All right. Next question from Ashibi. On the Google Search Console performance page, can you get an audit log that includes the date and timestamp? Either of you guys know the answer to that? Google Search Console performance page audit that includes timestamp.
yes, you can filter by dates. I'm not sure if by timestamp. Maybe checking for the day by day. It may be possible, but I will double check this information and reach out by mailer later.
Okay, great. Next question from Kenoa. What tool was it that Emerson for the survey? That was Hotjar, right? Do you want to put up a link in the chat, maybe if You can type in the link
Yep.
to the tool. It's Hotjar, I believe, that has a survey feature in it. Next question from Johannes. As a site manager, how can I activate Google Analytics for the sponsor logins in order to check what countries they log in and how many sponsors per week, et cetera? I'd like to monitor activities for that. Do you know if we have Google Analytics on the site manager area on the admin section?
Yes, we do, and also for site visitors as well. So it's a matter of enabling these settings on the directories side, so it can send the data to Google Analytics. So it's very easy. And inside Google Analytics is a matter about having the reports based on the URL /sponsors or /visitors to get the other reports.
Okay, well, great. Okay, last call for questions. I hope that answered everybody's questions. And a reminder, after the webinar here, there'll be a quick survey that comes up. If you can answer that and give us some feedback, positive or negative, whatever feedback, we're always welcome. We always like seeing the feedback. Oh, one more question came in from Charlene. Do you have the settings for Google Analytics in the support section? I assume this is how to set up Google in our support on support.edirectory.com. Yes, there is some info on there. If I understood that question correctly, Charlene, there should be a page in the knowledge base about setting up Google Analytics, certainly. And then one other question from Rhonda. Can you exclude bots from joining as sponsors? Yeah, that's something. It's always sort of like a war with these bots where we put up a CAPTCHA, try to block various things around the bots to exclude them. I think typically we do a pretty good job, but then occasionally something comes up, some new technology that can get around the CAPTCHA. But yes, we try to exclude bots from joining and signing up. Occasionally, we've often seen also that there's just some like farms of people out there that are manually like real people trying to do SEO service and just spamming, and it's real people out there, and those are really hard to block. So yeah, we do try to avoid the bots, but there is some possibility that they will get in there. The other thing is there is an email validation, I believe, on the sponsor signups where they actually have to go through and click and validate that email address. Just to let you know on that. So yeah, I think that's it. Okay, is there a better way to define a company joining the site as a visitor? I'm not sure what that question means there.
She wants to know how to separate a normal visitor than a sponsor, I guess, how to better identify them separately.
Yeah, I mean, I think at the end of the day, our new version especially has membership packages. So at that point, a sponsor can also be a visitor. I think at the end of the day, are they paying? Or maybe if they're not paying, do they have a listing, if they own a listing in there? So I still am not exactly sure if that answered it. As far as we get. Any more comments on that, Emerson or Gabriel?
Through the site dashboard, you have the sections for the site visitors and sponsors. So when they join as a site visitor, you see the data in there divided by these two entities as visitors and site sponsors.
Okay, great. It looks like I think that's all the questions for today. Oh, Johannes commented, more webinars. Okay, thanks. We're doing what we can
Oh,
here.
and just to add to that, Johannes' question, it's possible to see in Hotjar how listings are being used. So the view for the sponsor and also for the site manager. So it may work also for the protected contents for members only content. So, but it's a matter of looking to all the recordings and finding one that the person is logged in and checking the information. But it is possible to have that recordings and heat maps for a listing form when they are creating or updating their listings.
Okay, great. And last little thing that came in from Rhonda, is Hotjar something I have to purchase? They have a free version and a paid version. So you may start with the free version and then see if you need any, if you're really going to use it a lot, you might want to get a paid version. I don't think it's prohibitively expensive, but maybe the free version will be enough for you. And then, last question from Charlene. Will you have a seminar regarding connecting a site with affiliate companies, affiliate programs? If we note that, guys, we can take a look and see if we can include that in a future webinar.
Yeah, we have one that we did recently. I will send Charlene the link to the recording so she can add some questions over the content.
Okay, well, great. Well, thanks again, everybody, for joining us, and we look forward to seeing you in a couple weeks for the next webinar. And if you need any help, our support team's available on chat at eDirectory.com. And you can also sign up for a demo with an account manager to talk about your personal needs. So thanks a lot, everybody. Have a great day.
Thank you.
You too.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.